A very pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is all your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all from his beloved country, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. From my beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, in the month of August 2022. From the Caribbean, from the West Indies. Well, brothers and sisters, this is a controversial topic that I'm about to indulge in and enter. A lot of you all, when you all look on videos, and you all heard you will hear the preachers speaking about it, whether you all doesn't understand it, but he is there to explain it to you all. And when there's a lot of videos on the internet, and you will see a lot of deliverance pastors casting out evil spirits out of people, and you will hear the pastor say that this woman have a spirit husband, a spirit wife. And for the first time, you all are hearing that and understanding what that means. Well, I have listened to them concerning that, and I want to give my take on it, although I record a video. But I want a further update on that. A spirit husband and a spirit wife, they say that prefer to evil spirits who are married in men and married in women, and choosing them to be their wives. Is that taking place, Eric Braxton? Yes, it is taking place before I didn't even born. But is that sanctioned by God? The answer is no. So therefore, what these spirits are doing is wrong. Exactly what they are doing is wrong. And they are engaging in a contradiction. Can these spirits, evil spirits that are doing these wrongs, justify themselves by marrying men and women and choosing them to be their wives? None of them cannot justify themselves, because first, it is a contradiction. Let us deal it in stage, ladies and gentlemen. The male evil spirit that say that he is spirit husband to the man, but he's a male spirit, but the man is a male, so he's two men. So he's a male spirit and a man spirit he married, the evil male spirit married to a man. That's a contradiction. What is the order of things, ladies and gentlemen? We will see the order of things first. The order of things is this. As God have placed the order, and none of we can change it. I'll prove it to you all. God created Adam and Eve. He did not create two male men in the garden and marry them. How they will bring forth children? Because both of them don't have a womb. And two of them have two testicles. I am being frank in this video. I am not beating around bush, and I am hiding nothing. If God had to create two men, two of them have a testicles, where the vagina would have be? There is no vagina. Huh? Right. So the two men will have sex where? Can't you write it? That's a contradiction. Did God himself engage in that contradiction? The one who created the angels, the universe, and mankind? Of course not. What did he do, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we will see what he do. Let us go to the book of Genesis. God created a man first with a testicle, and then he created a woman with a vaginas. She is Adam and Eve. He married them and they had children, Cain and Abel. On his male and female? Well, the marriage is between male and female, a man and a woman. Let us continue to prove that. Because before God created Adam and Eve, he created the animals. Did he create all the tigers, male tigers? No, he created male and female. The male tigers have a testicles also, and the female tigers have a female vaginas. So they having sex too. I can't change that. No one can change that. So these spirits claiming they're married in human beings. The male spirit telling the man, I'm your husband. And he telling the woman, use my wife. But can you see that's a contradiction? Well, I will prove to you all is a contradiction. And the spirits who doing that none of them can justify themselves. Because it's a contradiction. Look, the man get married to the woman. Look, they walking down the road as husband and wife. Everybody is seeing them. But the male spirit, he say he married to the woman, but look, the woman walking down the road. Everybody is seeing she alone. They're not seeing the spirit holding hand with she walking down the road. And even self that woman come boldly and say, I'm married to a spirit. And I have a spirit husband. She giving me that talk, but she can't show the spirit husband to nobody. But look, the woman right across the road, she and she husband talking, and everybody seeing she. She's seeing she and she husband. So right there, that's a contradiction. Huh? It is a contradiction, yes. Huh? Yes, it's a contradiction. Why it is a contradiction? You know why it is a contradiction? Because God did not create no female angels. That's why it become a contradiction. You see, if God did create female angels for the male angels, then they'd have married and had sex and have angelic children. But God only create male angels. Then you all will say, if what you are saying is true, Eric Braxton, then God have committed a great injustices to the angels. He created men and women, male and female for the animals, but the angels, he create no female angels for them. Well, if he choose to do it that way, I can't go against it. He is God, the creator, and he have a reason for doing that. Do we have the power? Do that very said God, the Holy One of Israel, our creator, that only create male angels. Do we have the power to create female angels? Of course. Then why did he did it? Then why didn't he create female angels? Oh, you all want me, in spite of recording this video and asking that question, to go before God and put that question before God? I'm not doing that. But I know I'm mentioning it. He hearing it. He hearing that. And he have the answers for that. You already have the answer for that. Only thing when I recorded at the end of this video, God will listen to Eric Braxton and say, I will start creating female angels now. Yeah. Change thing around. All you are seeing that. Like all I hear was I say all you me seeing that neither. Because he tend to keep it that way. Like you all hear what I say. I said the Holy One of Israel tend to keep it that way. Because if he wanted to create female angels, he'd have created that earlier clock. I know this is this is a strange doctrine to you all, is it? Very strange. Yeah, very strange things today you all are here. Strange thing. And I tend to keep it that way. For one and all. I tend to keep it that way. God did not create no female angels for the male angels. But of course he could create female angels. He's God. Nothing is impossible for him. With God all things are possible. With God all things are possible. So creating a female angels is nothing hard for God. Because he himself said there's nothing hard for ye. Right. But think to me, plenty things is hard for me. And that applies to all men across the board. Yeah. So we come back to the point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls everywhere. Show the international community landscape as I put this information in the public domain to one and all across the board. As far as wide and of course further afield throughout all nations and communities, so that people will be able to see this video on my social media platform, YouTube. Having said so, ladies and brothers and sisters, boys and girls, there's no female angels. So since God did not create no female angels, and we know the thing that took place in heaven with Lucifer and God, and the angels was cast down to the earth, the fallen angels. So therefore they started engaging in that activity. But it is a contradiction, ladies and gentlemen. It is a contradiction. Because there's no female angels for them. And there's no female angels for the elect holy angels too. So this is something that is across the board. So don't believe that the elect holy angels get female angels up in heaven, but Lucifer and the angels get no female angels. All the angels don't have no female angels, because all the angels is male angels. So I'm being fair. Eric Braxton is being fair when coming to that. There's a little bit of transparency in my hand, concerning that. So I'm being fair. I'm being fair when concerning to that. Still being fair when concerning to that. I'm fair when coming to that. Right. Okay. So if all the thing God create female angels for the elect holy angels in heaven, their wife and that, and the female angel, the male angel, the elect holy angels having sex with the female angels in heaven, and they bringing forth angelic children in heaven, and having a family of the. All they have it wrong, But Lucifer and all the angels, they don't have one female angels. All the angels that God created, God never created no female for any one of them. Although do I accept that? Well, in the day of judgment, if all they die and go to the grave with that and don't accept what I say, well, the Holy One of Israel, he's the one will let it out to you all. That is all. Simple as that. If all don't want to accept what I say, or the other preachers who telling all of that. Well, only at that time, God will tell all of that frank, face to face. That's how it is. That's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm telling you all in a video. I know this is strange to you all, but that's it. God did not create no female angels. So if I say there's no female angels, it means they don't even have one of them in existence. Because all the angels is male angels. That's the fact. That's the fact. But I know you all will contradict what I say still. Yes. Because there are many books on teaching how they say there are female angels but the male angels. I know that. But these books are not the Holy Bible, the words of God. So there's a next difference there. All right, two different teaching, and one had to be right and one had to be wrong, right? So that's a contradiction, ladies and gentlemen. That's a contradiction. That's a contradiction. That's the contradiction. And this thing about spirit husband and spirit wives, God doesn't accept that, God is against all that. Yes, spirit husband and spirit wife. God is against all that because that is not of God. And God never sanctioned that. And God is not supporting that. Spirit husband and spirit wife. Spirit husband and spirit wife. God is not supporting that and he's against that. And that is not of God. That is not of God. Because I'm telling you all in this video that it is God who had to marry the angels. Any other angels that claim that he married and God didn't marry them, he not married. In spite of the word marriage, you think I doesn't read that in the scriptures where the angels went into the daughters and married them. That is still not a marriage. Because God was not involved in that marriage and he didn't marry them. So God doesn't recognize our marriage in spite of say marriage. In the book of Genesis, where the sons of God, the fallen angels, went into the daughters and married them and bring forth giants, men of renown. Only word marriage is used there. God doesn't recognize our marriage because God did not marry the angels. It is he who made the angels and it is he who had to marry the angels. Then it become a true marriage. Like how we married Adam and Eve. That's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference. It is God who had to marry the angels. And as I said, God can... Yeah, well, let me continue in this video. And if God had to marry the angels, he cannot marry them with no human beings. Like you all didn't hear what I said. The fallen angels in the book of Genesis, they went and married to human beings. Because God did not create no female angels. So there's no female angels for them to marry. So they went and married human beings. The word marriage is there, but God doesn't recognize that marriage as I say, because it's easy what to marry them. And if God, they create female angels for the male angels, then he had to marry them. God cannot marry no angels to no human being, neither to no animal. Does God marry human beings to animals? No. God married human beings to other human beings, Adam and Eve. Human to human. Well, the same way, to equalize it, if God had created female angels, then God had to marry the angels with other angels, male angels with female angels. Because God cannot marry no angels to no human beings. On the same note, can God marry a human being to an angels? A lot of you all will say, Eric Braxton, end this talk now. You want to talk that T.D. Jakes not talking. Yeah, I want to talk that he not talking. Eric Braxton in this talk now. You want to talk that the late Billy Graham, world evangelist, never talk. I want to talk that he never talked to. Only he more famous than me. I want to talk that he never talk in his life. Yeah. I want to talk all this talk that a lot of this that Christian Dell are not talking about. Yeah. I envy him for Egypt. But if I see the man personally, if I come to the great United States of America, Uncle Sam, of course I will ask him for a free ride in the jet. After all, he's a millionaire. He's not. And if I get a free ride in the jet, you understand? I relax myself and I go in the fridge and refresh myself with refreshment and tell him how I grew up in Trinidad, etc., etc. Of course. I not paying for no ride. I had to get a free ride in the jet. You understand? But he not even talking that talk. But I tend to talk that talk. Now, can God marry any human being to any angel? Okay, let me be frank and plain. Can God marry any human being to any of the elect holy angels? Keep in mind, the elect holy angels are male angels. Can God take any woman on the earth to marry to the elect holy angels? Since he didn't create no female angels for them. Can the Holy One of Israel, God the Father and Jesus Christ do that? Of course not. And you mean, and applying it to the other angels too, eh? Of course not. Of course not, ladies and gentlemen. It's God had to marry angels with angels. God cannot take no angels and marry them to no human being. Because a human being is not an angel. God married Adam and Eve because both of them is human beings. It's only a human being can marry to a human being. Once again, it's only a human being can marry to a human being because God married Adam and Eve, two human beings. It's only a human being can marry to a human being. At no time did the Holy One of Israel marry a man with a goat. No time did God marry a man with a goat. At no time did God marry a woman with a pig or a male tiger. God cannot marry human beings with animals. God only married in human beings with other human beings. He have ordered it that way. No one will not change that. In the same context, ladies and gentlemen, God cannot marry no angels, any of the angels with human beings. Because the angels are angels, the human being is not an angel. Only human beings can marry their other human beings, and only animals could go with other animals. Only animals could go with animals. In the same way, God cannot marry no animal to no angels. In the same way, God cannot marry the female pig to any of the elect holy angels in heaven. God cannot marry none of the female elephant to any of the elect holy angels in heaven. Only the elephant had to go with the other elephant. He have ordered it that way. It will remain that way. No one will not change that. The same way with the angels, God cannot take any of the angels and marry them, but none of the animals. That's a contradiction. God cannot do that. God cannot take none of the angels that he created and marry them with no human beings. he could only marry the angels with angels. He could only marry the male angel with female angels. And since he didn't create no female angels, then they are not married. Since he didn't create no female angels for the male angels, then the male angels are not married. Since God did not create no female angels for the male angels, in the true sense, all the angels that God created, none of them is really married. In spite that text is written in Genesis, and spite this word is being banded around all over the world, marriage, spirit husband and spirit wife, they're still not married. They're still not married, because that's a contradiction. They're still not married. Yeah, Eric Braxton says so. Yes, I is the I man and the so-called me man at the same time too. You think I can use that word to myself? The so-called me man too. Since God did not create no female angels for any of the male angels, none of the angels are married. And in spite what we read in Genesis, the woman went into the woman and took them wife and married them. That is still not a marriage in the eyes of God. So in the true sense, all the angels that God created, none of them is married. So let me put it over frankly. All the elect holy angels, none of them is married. And all the fallen angels, none of them is married. So I want to be clear on that. All the elect holy angels, none of them is married. And all the fallen angels, none of them is married. In spite it said in the book of Genesis, and the sons of God, which is the fallen angels, went into the daughters of men and took wives whom they had chosen and married them, and they bring forth children, the giants who became men of old renown. And it says, a marriage, who married them? Not God. They did that on their own. Did God sanction that? No. So in the true sense, God haven't recognized that marriage that the fallen angels are engaging in. Going into men and saying, use as a spirit husband. Going into the woman and telling the woman, as a spirit wife. Yeah, as your husband, use my wife now. As a spirit being, use my physical wife. God has recognized none of these things what they're doing. And God is not sanctioning that. So in the true sense, they're saying they're married, the fallen angels. They're saying they're married to that man, and they're saying they're married to that woman. But in the eyes of God, none of them are really truly married. Because for them to truly marry, it has to have a female angel for them to marry to. In the true sense, none of them is married. In the true sense, for any angels to marry, God had to create female angels for them to marry. So 2 angels were married now. That is a true marriage amongst the angels. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's how it had to be, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to be frank now, amongst the fallen angels, none of them is really married. And amongst the elect holy angels, none of them is married. Because there's no female angels for the elect holy angels, and there's no female angels for Lucifer and his angels. Because God is not married in angels with human beings, and he's not married in angels to animals. You see? God will have it in order. And what the order will have it? God will have it how the order is now. Mankind married in other human beings, men and women, flesh and blood people, right? Animals animals wasn't married, but at least animals with one another. The male elephant with the female elephant, the male goat with the female goat, the male sheep with the female sheep, and across the board, that is it. Well, if there's only male angels, it had to be that's like how we have it in the animal. And if there's only human beings, male and man and woman, right? How it is amongst human beings, men and women getting married. Well, if there's only male angels, right? For him to equalize it now, to be like how it was with the animals, male and female amongst them, and human beings, men and women amongst us, then if there's only male angels, then it had female angels to marry the male angels. But if there's no female angel, because he didn't create no female angels, and these angels come down and say, I married a pig, Then he didn't marry the angels like himself. He married a physical creature, a pig. That's a contradiction. And God not recognizing that. And if the male angels say, because God didn't create no female angels for me, but I married a woman on the earth, that is still a contradiction. Because that woman that he claimed he married on the earth is a human being, is not a spirit being as he. So that's a contradiction. And God doesn't recognize that. And God doesn't recognize that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, coming to me, I doesn't recognize it the same way too. So spirit husband and spirit wife, I don't recognize that. And I know that all the angels that God created in the true sense, none of them is married. Because there's no female angels for them. And angels could only marry to an angels. And angels could only marry to an angels. And that will be a true marriage. Because two angels now is married to one another. That is a true marriage amongst the angels. If God did create female angels for them. And I'll leave it on that note. I use the other examples for you all to understand it now. Yeah, I don't have to go over again. You understand? But if you all doesn't accept what I say and reject everything what I say and say what Eric Braxton, what you're saying is not making sense and it's not adding up, well, what can I tell you all? Well, let's have to leave it so, but in the day of judgment, or when Jesus Christ comes, or in the future, according to what the scripture said, he will explain everything to one and all. Yes, the Holy One of Israel. He will explain everything to everybody across the board. Every human being, he will be able to explain all these things to everybody. Crystal clear? Crystal clear, crystal clear. Yes. He will explain it, able to explain it to every human being who reject what I say and what I say. You're talking nonsense, Eric Braxton. You are getting worse and worse every day, Eric Braxton. I'll let you all see. At early o'clock when you now start to make videos, you start off on the right track. But lately, like you're going haywire and talking a lot of crazy talk and mad talk and all these things on. Yeah, boy, we'll put you down in our so-called blacklist as one of the charlatans now of the West Indies. All these people talking this negative talk. Yeah, I know they will see all these things. I don't have to hear them saying these things. I know the think and process. I know how they will analyze and label me in that way and others, Christians, men and women that way. I know that. Oh, yes, I just want to let them know that I know that. That's why I'm talking it to them. So that to surprise them. What, you know that? Yeah. What say? Not me? What animal you have in your yard now? What animal? Huh? It's no animal. Oh, the dog, little dog. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, forget the little interruption, but I know. So that's the fact, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fact. So, that's a fact. Well, you see this matter, why God did not create the angels, for the female angels, for the male angels. Well, God will clear up that for all and sundry in due course of time. That's my answer to every human being. Eric Braxton, a lot of you all will say, Eric Braxton, why you go and fast and pray and go and ask God what is the true reason why he didn't create female angels for the male angels? I'm not going and fast and pray for that at all. A lot of you all say, Eric Braxton, put forth your petition before God now at the throne of God and ask God to reveal to you so we will get the message. You will come and tell us. When you get it from the Holy One of Israel, Jesus Christ and the Father, come and tell you what it say after. Eric Braxton, ask the Holy One of Israel now when you go and pray tonight, and Jesus Christ and the Father. Ask them why they didn't create female angels for the male angels. And when you get the answer, come and tell us. I'm not even going to do that. I, Eric Braxton, will not be praying that prayer at no time. I just want to make myself practically clear across the board, tall and sundry. I, Eric Braxton, this little Christian boy, will not be praying that prayer at no time. At no time. I'll tell you all why. You see, God already have the answer for that. And I think when he come back to the earth, Jesus Christ, when Jesus Christ come back to the earth, or in the future, he will clear up that matter to the whole of mankind. He will clear up that matter to the whole of mankind. And he will give the answers to every man, Jack, every human being. Why he did not create male angels for the female angels. He have that answer, and he will give it to everybody. So all of we have to wait until that time comes. That is the answer to every human being. We human beings will have to wait until that time comes, when he will give everybody that explanation why he didn't create female angels for the male angels. Yes, God have it. He have it in the heart, mind, and soul. The Holy One of Israel, that is in the head. That is in the mind and the soul. Don't you know that is in the heart of the Holy One of Israel? I'm talking about God the Father. You all will say, Eric Braxton, you're being rude to God the Father. Be very careful, eh? Be very careful, little Christian boy. You sit down on the chair, your face swell up, swell up, swell up. And you're talking to God the Father that way. And you're talking to Jesus Christ that way. Be very careful, eh, little Christian boy, eh? The way how you're talking, Braxton, like, be very careful, eh? Be very careful, eh? Be very careful, eh, little Christian boy. Be very careful, eh? Yeah. A lot of you all will tell me that. Eric Braxton, you're playing big. You're playing big for your shoes. You want to talk big talk. We are even here in TGJ or Christian Dollar talking that kind of talk. What are you talking? You think you're more brighter than them? But look at the $1 million mega church they have. And look at the big congregation. I'm not jealous of them for that. But I kind of talk all I want to bring towards me on. I know that. I only listening all about all you tell me. I'm not even buying that for 5 cents, much less for 5 cents, much less for a full dollar. Yeah. So, let you all tell me. Well, I'm telling all you now. The Holy One of Israel will give the God the Father, and that is in his heart, his mind, and his soul. Yeah, I know you have a mind, heart, and soul. He says so. You have a heart, mind, and soul. Jesus Christ and the Father, both of them have that explanation in the heart, mind, and soul. They will give it to everybody across the board when the time comes. Yeah. Both of them will explain that to every human being. And even to me too. So whether we leave, I left out the boat. I part of the boat too when coming to that. So none of we will be left out when coming to that. He will tell everybody why they didn't create no female angels for the male angels. Yeah, because all of them believe what I say, and a lot of them believe they already have female angels for the male angels because other books teach that. Yes, I know that. Yeah. I know that. Yes, I know that. I know that, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was nice for I to share with you all this information and tell you all the truth how it is. I pray and I hope that everything that I said in this video, that you all will accept it a full 100% as Kentucky hot fried chicken. But those who will not accept it as hot Kentucky fried chicken and reject what I say as falsehood, well, I pray that God will have mercy upon them and they will accept it and give their life to Jesus Christ. I understand because this is the truth of the matter, how I explain it in the scriptures to you all. And if you all read the scriptures, you all will see what I tell you all is the truth. In spite of what other teaching out there, teaching you all in other books, something totally different of what I'm teaching here. So, I just pray and I hope by grace of God you all understand what I'm teaching you all and understand what I am saying. Well, that's the facts of the matter. It was a nice fight to join you all in these videos and to explain that to you all. And of course, I know in this video, anyways, let us leave it there. Shalom peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye bye, my friends.